Hi everyone, here are your notes on walking the number line. This is going to help us learn how to subtract positive and negative numbers. If you already know how to add, we're going to make connections from what we know about adding to learn how to subtract. Because if you know how to add integers, subtracting is almost as easy. Okay? So on the next clean page in your notebook, put the date up at the top. Title the page, Walking the Number Line. So we're going to learn how to walk on a number line to subtract and add. Okay? So there are a few steps that we need to learn. So step 1. We need to figure out where we're going to start. Okay? And we start on the first number in the problem. Okay, so label it number 1, start. And we're going to start on the first number in the problem on our number line. Okay, so step 2. We need to decide which way we are going to face on the number line. Okay. Okay, so to decide how you're going to face on the number line, there are 2 things you need to know. You need to face right if it's an addition problem. So you're going to face to the right if it's addition. And if it's a subtraction problem, you're going to face to the left. Okay, so if it's addition, you're going to face towards the positive end of the number line. If it's subtraction, you're going to face looking towards the negative side of the number line. Step 3, which way are you going to move on the number line? So when you're standing on the number line, we need to decide which way we're going to walk. And the way you decide that is you're going to walk forward the way you're facing if the next number in the problem is positive. But if the next number is negative, you're going to walk backwards. And the 4th step is where you end. So after you've walked forward or backward, that number of spaces in step 3, you're going to end somewhere, and wherever you end is your answer for that problem. So let's go to a new screen and let's see what we're talking about and do an example. Okay, take a look at the example that we have here. So I put a number line, so you might want to draw the number line from -5 all the way up to +5. And then I have the example 3 plus 2. I picked an example you already know the answer to, so we can see how the rules work for walking the number line. We all know 3 plus 2 equals 5, okay? This should not be a surprise. But let's walk the number line to see how it works. So I have the 4 steps here. Start, step 2, face, step 3, move, step 4, end. So let's talk about where we're going to start, face, move, and end together. So we start, if you look back at your notes, we're going to start on the first number. So we're going to start on 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my characters down here that you see. I see here my cute little turtle and my cute little cat. We're going to use them to walk the number line. So I know we're going to start on 3. But we need to decide which way we're going to face. So if you look at your step 2 rules, we're going to face right because it's an addition problem. So we're going to face right, which is that way. So that means I'm going to use my cat because he's facing to the right, and he's starting on 3. Okay? So next we're going to look at which way are we going to move. Our rules for which way to move, we need to look at the next number. Okay, so we need to look at the number after the addition sign, in this case, and that number is a 2. That's a positive 2. So if it's positive, we're going to move forward. We're going to move forward because it's a positive 2. Okay, so if that number is positive, you move forward. So we're going to take this cat, and we're going to move him forward 2 spaces. 1, 2. Okay, and that's where we end. Where did we end? We already know we ended at positive 5. That's not a shock, but it gives you an idea of what this looks like. Okay, let's look at another example. So let's look at another number line. And this time our example is -4 plus -1. So let's talk about how to walk the number line. First step, start. So we know we're going to start on the first number, which is -4. So we're going to start right here on -4. Now we need to decide which way we're going to face. So remember, addition, face right. Subtraction, face left. So since this is addition, we're going to face to the right. And I'm going to use my cat, woo, because he is facing to the right. So he's on -4, facing to the right. Now we need to decide how we're going to move. Okay, so let's decide how we're going to move. All right, let me think again. So if the next number after the addition or subtraction sign, so the next number right there is -1. So since the next number is negative, I'm going to walk backwards. So think about that cat walking backwards 1 space. Okay, that backwards 1 represents -1. So we're going to take that cat and we're going to walk him backwards 1 space. Where did he end? He ended on -5. So that's our answer. So -1 plus hello, why isn't my eraser tool's not working? Oh well. So -4 plus -1 is -5. So make sure you have that example. For today, I want you to write these 4 steps. Step 1, start, -4. Step 2, face right. I know you can't draw a little cat, but maybe you could draw an arrow right on -4 and show working backwards. So let me move. Oh boy. I don't know what just happened. Sorry, guys. What's going on? I don't know what's happening. Oops. So you could draw, a spot on -4 and just put an arrow backwards 1, since you can't draw a cat. Okay? Let's go to the next slide and see another example. All right, next example, we have another number line. Write the example down that you see here, -2 plus +4. So -2 plus 4. Let's write our 4 steps down. Step 1, start. Where are we starting? So we always start on the first number. Our first number here is -2. So we're going to start on -2. So this is where we're starting, -2. Now we need to decide which way we're going to face. So it's an addition problem. We're going to face right. Meaning, again, I'm going to use my kitty cat. No, kitty cat. Okay, so the kitty cat's on -2. He's facing right. Now we need to decide which way our cat is going to move. So let's look at our rules for how to move. Now we need to look at the next number. So the next number after the addition sign is just a 4. So it's positive. So the next number is positive. And if it's positive, we move forward that many spaces. So we're going to move forward 4 to represent positive 4. So let's move our cat forward 4. Hold on. First I'm going to show you without the cat moving. So moving forward 1, 2 brings us to 0. We need 2 more. 1, 2. So now let's move the cat. So he's here on -2, moving forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. And where do we end? We end at +2. So we ended at +2. That's our answer. So we have -2 plus +4 equals +2. Okay? Let's look at another example. Maybe this time with subtraction. Okay, so just like our first addition example, we want to start with a subtraction problem that we already know the answer to, so it helps us make connections. So we have the problem here, 3 take away 2, or 3 minus 2. We know already the answer is 1. Okay, so we know we should end on 1. Those are things we already know. Let's practice moving on the number line to get to 1. So here we start on the first number, which is 3. So we're going to start on +3. That's where we're starting. Now we need to decide which way we're going to face. So in order to decide which way we're going to face, we need to look at, is it addition or subtraction? It's subtraction. So that means we are facing left because it's subtraction. That means I get to use my turtle. Okay, so let's grab our turtle and we're going to go, because the turtle's facing to the left. And our turtle, oh boy, hold on a second. Okay, I think I got it. So our turtle needs to go on 3 here. Okay, the turtle's on 3. Okay, and we need to decide which way this turtle is going to move. Now, in order to decide how it's going to move, we need to look at the next number. So the next number here is a 2, and it's positive. So if it's positive, that means we move hold on. Let me undo that. We are going to move forward. We always move forward when the next number is positive. So we're going to move forward 2. Okay, well, the turtle is facing the left. So for the turtle, forward is to the left because that's the way he's facing. Oh boy, nothing's going well here for me. Okay, sorry about that. I had to fix a couple things. So just to recap, we were starting at 3. We were facing left, and we need to move this turtle forward 2. So 1, 2. So when we move this turtle forward 2, 1, 2, we end up at +1, which we already knew that 3 minus 2 is 1. But I wanted to show you with a problem that we knew. Now let's try one that we wouldn't have known. Okay, last example for today. Let's look at the problem that you see right here, -4 minus -3. So copy that problem down. Put your 4 steps, start, face, move, end. Let's talk through each one. We are going to start on the first number, so we're going to start on -4. So that means we're going to start on -4. We need to decide which way we're going to face. So it is a subtraction problem, so we're going to face left. So that means I'm going to use my turtle on -4, facing left. Now we need to decide how we're going to move. Well, when we decide how we're going to move, look at the next number after the addition or subtraction sign. And I am going to put a box around that number so we can see it. Okay, so we're looking at this number right after the subtraction sign. That is a negative number. If it's negative, that means we move backwards. And we're going to work backwards that many spaces. So we're going to move backward 3 spaces to represent the -3. So let's move our turtle back 3 spaces. So 1, 2, 3. So when we moved him back 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3, we end up on -1. Therefore, -4 minus -3 equals -1. Make sure you have all those examples. Make sure that you're familiar with those 4 steps because we're going to use them in class next time. Have a nice day. See you guys later.